Welcome to the Weather Centre on Tuesday, where we can expect another fine and dry day across South Africa, but with some cloud over the low veldt and a mostly sunny day over the northeastern part of KwaZulu-Natal. We're also expecting a band of high cloud along the Western Cape Coast. For the rest of the weather stations across the country, sunshine is forecast with warm weather over the western and southern part of South Africa and a hot day expected along the west coast. Here's our rainfall probability map reaffirming that dry weather with no rain in the forecast across the country. On our maximum temperature map, you'll see daytime highs slowly on the increase. 21 degrees for Johannesburg, 23 for Pretoria and Bloemfontein, Kimberley and Mahikeng at 24. Daytime highs will peak in the low and middle 20s for KwaZulu-Natal, and we're forecasting a warm day for Port Elizabeth at 27, 31 for George, 29 for Cape Town, and a sizzling hot afternoon for Vredendal at 34 degrees. We're forecasting good beach conditions along the west coast with a moderate northeasterly wind in the morning for Alexander Bay and a light southwester in the afternoon. Moderate northeasterly winds also expected for Namaqualand and Lambert's Bay, with more of a northerly as we head towards Langebaan, and along the west coast we're expecting a 1.5 metre west-southwesterly swell. In the southwest, we're expecting light winds with a northerly wind for Cape Agulhas and northwester for Hermanus, and then something in between for Cape Town with a north-northwesterly wind in the forecast. Good beach conditions are expected here with a 1.5 metre west-southwesterly swell and wave heights between 2 and 4 feet. Along the south coast, we're expecting good beach conditions with a light northerly offshore flow for Mussel Bay, more of an easterly as we head towards Plettenberg Bay, and a moderate northeasterly wind for Jeffreys Bay and Port Elizabeth. Along the south coast, we'll see a 1.5 metre southerly swell with wave heights between 2 and 4 feet. Along the east coast, good beach conditions are expected between Richards Bay and the Wild Coast, but with fresh northeasterly winds resulting in moderate beach conditions for East London. We're expecting a light easterly onshore flow for Richards Bay, and along the east coast we're forecasting a 1.5 metre southeasterly swell with wave heights between 2 and 4 feet. That's all from the Weather Centre for now. Have a great Tuesday.